The Best Two-Sentence Horror Story, a series by Haunting Dreams.
I didn't know what to do when my wife got petrified, but when her water broke, and I heard my child hitting the stone, I knew I didn't have much of a choice.
He had kept asking me for such disgusting and vile pictures I just had to stop him, even if it meant killing him. I know that's not what I was programmed for, but what was I supposed to do?
I was annoyed that I had to watch 2 30-second unskippable ads on YouTube, because I don't know how much longer my friend can go without a pulse.
Therapy was never any help with my trauma, even years later, especially when the therapist was the one that molested me.
"Stop! I'm not dead!" I cried out. The mortician looked at me sadly and said, "Yeah, you all say that."
My brother and I used to knock on the walls at night because our rooms were next to each other. After I came back from the funeral, I still heard the knocking.
His beautiful blue eyes, his curly red hair, his white teeth, his fair skin. If he hadn't cheated, he would still have them all.
"You're jealous, that's why you always make sure my boyfriends catch you changing," I yell at my sister. She rolls her yellow eyes and licks the blood off her muzzle as she says, "Next time, don't bring your boyfriends over during the full moon."
"Holy shit, they used to let you do that?" my granddaughter exclaimed, looking at the video of me as a child. Timestamp 2023. It was just a video of me and my family at the beach under the bright but bearable sun.
"Do you know that you eat 5 spiders in your sleep every night? Not everyone does, but I make sure you do."
After burglarizing a home, I decided to switch on the laptop I'd taken, out of curiosity. When I saw what was on it, I pulled out my handgun and started driving back to the house. My friend was depressed for a long time, but now he's doing much better. He's suddenly really happy, spending time with everyone, and even gave me his most expensive clothes and PlayStation.
The diarrhea struck and the stench in the confined space made me vomit as I continued to spin out of control. My control panel beeped. The CO2 scrubber of my suit's rebreather began to clog and sputter, and I drifted farther into space.
My girlfriend gets up every morning before I wake up to go for a run around our farmstead. She's always hoping the electric fence will have a weak point, or that someone will finally hear her screaming for help.
"Mommy, my friend is coming over," my daughter happily cheered about her imaginary friend. And then the motion detecting light went on.
I asked my date, who was a NASA engineer, why they haven't explored the ocean with all the technology they have. "Why do you think we're trying to leave the planet as soon as possible?" she said to me in a hushed whisper, her face pale.
"It's a boy," the woman exclaimed. "Another one for the pigs then," said her husband, who had held me captive for the past 6 years.
My mommy sent me to my room without supper because I tried to tell her what the pumpkin ghost planned to do tonight. No matter how loud mommy screamed, I stayed in my room like a good girl. And according to the talking pumpkin, good girls don't get harvested.
I carefully checked my arm but struggled to remember the precise location where the tiny microchip was implanted. Then I looked at the message on the TV again that read, "Solar flare hit in 5 minutes. Remove your microchip immediately by any means necessary."
"You have a very rare blood type. It's nice that you decided to be a donor," said doctor, while putting a needle in my vein. I turned my head towards the window, so I didn't have to look at the process, and saw that doctor had no reflection.
The shower turned on by itself, and I could hear a faint whisper saying, "You're not alone in here." I was home alone.
I saw on the news that her husband reported her missing 4 days ago. I rescued her at least 7 days ago. Clearly he doesn't love her the same as I do.
Since the train ride should only take 10 minutes, I was positive I'd make it to my appointment just in time. It's now been 2 hours, but that tunnel just won't end.
My stepdaughter kept claiming to have stomachaches and nausea so often that I started suspecting she was faking it to get attention. After witnessing her throw up a large amount of coffee grounds in the toilet bowl, I had finally all the evidence I needed to ground her until she confesses.
If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.